Hello and welcome to another episode of Embrace Your Outdoor Space, and also welcome to a taste of the wonderful British summertime weather. Is that working?
Mate, it's not working this. It looks awful.
It is actually starting to rain at last. Believe it or not, we've been waiting a week for some bad weather to film this video because we are going to talk about ways to harvest that wonderful H2O, because water and rainfall is the lifeblood of the garden. So we need to do our little bit as gardeners to make sure that we harvest that and put it to good work in our garden. When that rain hits the roots, it's going to promote new growth above. And it's also a catalyst for new activity in the garden. The good, the bad, and the ugly. By saving water, we can help save ourselves a bit of money. And as gardeners, we can do our little bit to help save the planet from water wastage. With water fast becoming a costly and in some cases scarce resource, now is the time to harness all of that free fodder from the skies. And for that, I need a big bud, and I cannot lie. I like water butts and I cannot lie when the rains fall from the sky.
Mate.
Woo.
Cringe.
What, cringe?
New levels, mate.
Now, on a serious note, water butts come in all shapes and sizes. Some are slim, ideal for narrow locations. Some are hard. And some are soft. Now, the more water you can harvest, the better it is for your garden. But where should you put your butt? Connecting water butts to downpipes is a great way to be able to benefit from that steady supply off of roof lines. It means that you can really harness a large volume of water readily every time the heavens open. Sheds and structures in the garden are also another great place to install a water butt. All of that runoff from the roof can be harvested and is particularly useful in places like produce gardens and allotments. It also helps reduce waterlogging around the peripheries of your garden buildings. Believe it or not, you can actually position a water butt out in the open, and that way the water is going to make its way down and be stored in whatever you choose to use. It could be a bowser, an old water butt, it could be just a humble bucket, but if you can, try and invest in a water butt with a lid. That way you're going to prohibit things getting into your water supply. Windfall, leaves, pests can all be a bit of a problem. So be mindful of that if you are harvesting water out in the open. Now, with our butts in place, what do we do now to harness all of that H2O? But surely there's an easier way to tap into our supply. Oh mate, I can still taste that. Say, or should that be spray? Hello to my new favorite tool. This is a 24-volt battery-powered submersible sump and sprayer. I've got a 2-meter hose, which I can adapt the length of to give me more reach around the garden or the allotment. If you've got an allotment, this is an absolute must. Cordless spraying, and you're using harvested H2O. All I've done is drop that submersible pump into my water butt. I've used a 24-volt battery. You can use the 2.5 amp or the 4 amp hour battery to power up and pump. And not only do I have spray, but I've got a selection of sprays. So not all plants want to be watered in the same way. At the moment, I've got a soaker or shower spray, should I say. That's great for things like hanging baskets or for a good broad spread. Also really useful for lawns as well. I've got a fine mist. Great for the greenhouse, on chilies and finer plants. I've got my center spray, my flat spray, again, great for the produce bed because I can mist over and douse a wide area. Then I've got my cone, which gives me a wonderful circumference of spray. That's great on tall plants like digitalis or delphinium, which tends to buckle under heavy watering. And when it's heavy watering that you need, I've also got my soaker, and that's brilliant for bucket filling or for underneath hedgerows as well, because so many of us forget to water our hedgerows and they really do need attention just like everything else in the garden. Then we've got our full. Let's see how far we can go with this. Go on, Cal, keep going. Remember, this is a battery powered sump and pump. I've got a reach of, what did you say that is, Cal? Good 15 meters, easily. But it's not a limp 15 meters, it's still a strong output. So in terms of the reach that I've got from my water butt now, I can access a huge radius. Genuinely, this is my new favorite tool in the garden. Or should that be toy? I'm having so much fun playing with it. But there's so much benefit in harvesting that H2O, but it is a timely affair waiting for watering cans to fill up. Now I've got access to it, but I've got practical access to it as well. And in terms of power, I'm gonna clean my cultivator down. I can clean the underside of my mower down with this. I can clean my garden tools down with this. I can fill buckets with this. Worth noting as well that that battery housing is water resistant, so I can leave that out as a permanent fixture in my garden or allotment all summer long. Now, if you've got a large garden and you don't have access to water in the peripheries, and you need to get it, but you also need to get practical application from it, I filled that bucket with harvested H2O. I can turn my sump off, and I can take my water and my sprayer with me. And now I've got harvested H2O on the go. Now, if you want to find out any more about the ever-growing range of Greenworks tools, don't forget you can always check out the link at the end of the video. But in terms of harvesting that H2O, I can't enforce enough just how valuable this resource is. So happy harvesting and summer spraying. I wonder how waterproof you are.